Not grimy. This is probably one of the most grimy things I ever did. Back of my ear, I could hear the sound on the friendship with my nigga R crumbling at its feet.
Damn beats make me falling asleep.
Man, yo, chill. I know it's grimy, but I've already told this story before. This is like a Redux little remix of the second story time. Maybe I think it might have been the first or the second story time that I told on this channel. If you can take away anything from one of my videos, don't do the stuff I did, bro. This is probably the most out of character thing I did. And before anyone else judges me, this was like a good 2 years ago, something like that, bro. I'm not like that, bro. I'm not grimy. This is probably one of the most grimy things I ever did. But besides me explaining myself, let's get into it. So I'm gonna take y'all back all the way back to 2020. This is around where I met one of my, we're not friends anymore, obviously, because of the situation, but my mans, we gonna call him R. Yeah, we call him R. Okay, my man's R. This is around the time when I met him, and I met him through another friend, and me and him just bonded off the rip. Me and him started playing Fortnite a lot. We basically just played that game. Like we was really like on that. Now, I wasn't as good as him. Bro used to be on some World Cup clicks type timing, bro. Like I couldn't really compete with him type shit. But he tells me he got a girl, right? One of these days. I'm like, oh, you got a girl? Let me see what she look like. He showed me a picture of her. Bro, Shorty was bad. And I don't mean like conventional bad. Bro, she looked like a model. And I was just sitting there, damn, this you? This you? He was like, yeah. So I was excited. I was excited for him, which is really which really doesn't make sense. I was excited for him, but then I did this thing. It makes no sense. Oh, she was my type, bro. Hispanic and all that. But before anyone says anything like, oh, you type Hispanics, not my type. Is literally, it just comes down to this: melanated girls with natural hair. It doesn't matter if you're Blasian, Hispanic, black. I love my black queens, by the way. Don't get that twisted, bro. I've dated more black girls than I've dated Hispanic girls, and I think I've only dated 1 or 2 white girls. I think. I hope so. I'm not trying to have Dr. Umar on my case, but that to say, yo, she was so good. And I don't know if I'm gonna pop pictures up, but if I do, I do. Yo, like she was really likes that. And R tells me, oh yeah, she's gonna be in a call today with me, my friend, and his friend, this other guy that we met that named Josh. And yeah, and we gonna name this girl V because that's the name I gave her in the first one. And bro, when she came in, her voice, bro, like, I don't know, her voice just sounded like heaven, like no bull. Like, I ain't even trying to gas her up, but her voice sounded likes that. And she hops on the sticks and we playing FN, and she was horrible. Like she was doo-doo, and she was on a better like platform than me. I think she was on PC or something. Like she was doo-doo. Like she was horrible. It ain't matter. We was playing squads, everything cool, and they get into an argument mid game, and we weren't. I think that this is around the time when arena squads were still around. We weren't playing pubs. We were playing arena. So in arena, let me just give y'all a synopsis. In arena, it's like hardcore Fortnite. Like, yo, you got lock in. Like what they did was not cool. Like me and Josh was just sitting there like, yo, bro, y'all got locked in. Come on. And we basically ended up dying because of it. So now whole squad's mad. They're mad because they're arguing. Josh is mad because they basically sold the game for us. And I'm sitting here like, what can I do to really brighten up the situation? So I started joking. I started like doing my being happy and whatever. And eventually, situation's cleared. Everything cool. Now, let's fast forward a little bit. So we gonna fast forward to the start of 2020. Was it winter or summer? Winter or summer? It wasn't summer. It was probably like winter. 2020 winter is when R and V started getting into heavy arguments, bro. Like even in calls, even in like, I remember this one time, me, Josh, and my other friend, we was playing obviously Fortnite because I don't get why they didn't have any other games. They literally just had Fortnite, but we was playing that, and R comes in like, bro, fuck this girl, fuck all this bullshit, and I'm like, yo, what's going on? And he tells me, bro, we just got into an argument over nothing. And I was like, what was the argument about? And he was like, I just said something about being more masculine, and she got mad at me. And I was like, huh? She got mad at you because you said you wanted to be more masculine? And I was like, what you mean by that? He was like, yeah, I just wanted to work out. Like, I want to get some money. Like, I'm really trying to be on my alpha male. Now, I think he caught her off guard with the alpha males because I don't know why. Like, every girl nowadays, when they hear the word alpha male, they just think of like asshole. Like, no, R wasn't going to turn into no asshole. And I'm pretty sure anyone who strives to be an alpha male ain't going to turn into it. Most of them aren't going to turn into an asshole. And that just comes with humility, being humble. So they argue about that. Ryan comes into the call pissed, and he was like, yo, bro, I might break up with this girl. That's the first time I heard that word, breaking up with her. This may be grimy for me to say, but when I heard him say I might break up with her, I got a feeling in my heart. A feeling of envy, a feeling of yes, like jealousy, feeling of can't wait for them to break up. And I knew this wasn't me. I'm like, what in the demon is going on? Now, this is around the time where another girl comes into play. I'm gonna just call her G. This is around the time where another girl comes into play, and I ain't gonna lie, G, I don't know if I should tell a story time about her or not. Y'all can put that in the comments if y'all want to, but there's a lot of reasons why I can't tell a story time about that girl. Mainly because one, she's still kind of intertwined with my family, so that's weird. And also, me and her are literally still in the same school. So if that video blows up and she finds, boy, anyway. So I was talking to G at this time, so it didn't make sense why this grimy demon inside of me was coming out and being like, yo, I'm trying to get with V. But I just let the feeling pass, and I kept on doing what I was doing with the other two. Now, Christmas comes around. Everything's cool around Christmas. But January 2021. Let's fast forward there. Now, this is the point where me and the girl G had our first, what would you call it? A falling out? No, I don't know. But we literally just stopped talking to each other. Mainly because I feel like she wasn't putting in enough energy. she felt like I wasn't putting in enough energy either, which is weird because I was putting in a lot of energy. Word two, I was putting in a lot of energy. So I ain't see why, but I was like, you know what, frick it. It don't matter. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. That's not my girl no more. Even though I was low-key sitting there crying. No, I wasn't crying over no joint, but she did have me sat in the crib. She did have me on this bed listening to sad songs while eating ice cream. No girl will ever get me in that stage again. I ain't gonna lie. Never. But around this time, R&V went from a decent couple to a fucking tornado of just argument after argument after argument. I was getting tired of it. Josh was getting tired of it, and my other man was getting tired of it. So we all come together and we're like, all right, bro, you gotta do something about her, but we ain't saying break up. That's not what we saying. But you gotta do something about her, because she was just coming to the FaceTime calls arguing. She would literally just come into the FaceTime calls arguing while we playing the game, while we have that boys' night, while we talking. Literally, she would just come in and just say nonsense just to get him mad. And then after that, let's go into February of 2021. The end of R and V's relationship. Boy, oh fucking boy. So I'm gonna give y'all a short synopsis of what happened. V was talking about her ex. R was like, yo, I don't like you talking about your ex around me. That's another man. And she's like, it's not like I'm hung up over him or something. I'm just talking about him. And he was like, I don't like you talking about other men in front of me, etc., etc. That's a decent argument, by the way. And they both just collided, and it started to release other things that had problems in the relationship. It started to release other things. Their true character started to reveal itself, especially hers. And with that, the last nail in the coffin was he said something about him not wanting to date a transgender girl, because she asked him, oh, would you date a transgender girl? And he said no. And Shorty was like, why? He was like, that's just my preference, me personally. And I agree with him too. Anybody who gets mad at you because of your preference, because of, oh, I don't want to date this, or oh, I don't want to date, like, I don't want to date a transgender girl, like, yo, chill. It's a preference. Calm your ass down. It's not that big of a deal. Chill. So after that, the whole argument, they break up. And for a while, I restrained myself. I was cool. I was helping him through the breakup and all that. I can hear in the back of my head a demon telling me this. Go for her. Go for her. Go for her. And I could control it for a little while. But at some point, shooters gotta shoot. So, let me get into how that happened. So, it's around, let's say, June of 2021. And I'm having a convo with my man Zay. Now, if you already know, Zay is my advice dude. Anytime I need like some advice, I go to him. And I was like, yo, V and R have been broken up for a little bit. And I was like, hey Zay, would it be grimy if I was to like shoot for my man's ex, you know? And he was like, he told me straight up, like, yes, it would be grimy. You should ask him. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ask R. I asked R, and The message he gave me was something along the lines of, "Oh, yeah, even though it doesn't really feel right, yeah, you can. I it basically gave the I don't care vibes, but at the same time I do care." So with that, I took that information back to Zay, and Zay was like, although you asked him, that's still a little grimy. That's still a little grimy. But I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna shoot at her. But then that 12 a.m. demon hit, and I found myself texting her on IG. Oh, I know it's grimy. I know it's grimy. Start texting her on IG, and literally within those texts, I get her on a FaceTime. Boy, oh boy, did I not know the heap of trouble I was about to get into. And although I was having a fun time on that FaceTime talking with her, in the back of my head, not even that, in the back of my ear, I could hear the sound on the friendship with my nigga R crumbling at its feet. All because of a female. It's been your boy MarsothaDon. Stay tuned for part 2. 100K on the way. Peace.